Welcome back, everybody, to Fun in the Locker Room. It's January 15th, 2026. We hope you had a phenomenal holiday season. Welcome to the new year. And we are going to be spending the entire year doing a lot more of the show. We are recapping what was honestly one of the most phenomenal wildcard weekends I think we've seen in a while. Just every game it was coming down to the minute, to the last drive. We're going to get right into it and just cover each one. Give our takeaways for each team. We'll go with the three of us, take per team, and then we'll get into the later segments of the show, including the finale of the season picks. We weren't able to record an episode for the final one, but Rank and I, obviously, with being within a game of each other, came down to the wire, and the outcome you will not expect. We'll run through that and then give our predictions for the games this weekend, and then end with some hoop grids and birthdays per usual. Let's start with the first game of the weekend, Rams-Panthers. Rams obviously coming out on top, but that was a tightly contested game. Liam, what did you see from the Rams from that game?
Puka, man. You want to talk about crutch, just an absolute crutch for Stafford. Looked his way, got the ball. I don't know how many times he was targeted, but it felt like 25. Absolutely locked down at times. And then other times, absolutely unguardable. The dude is unreal. Everyone knows where the ball is going, and he still does damage. Also, takeaway that helped them, prevent defense fucking sucks. Worst thing ever invented.
To Liam's point there, and it's ridiculous, the fact that I don't know how many times a team gets down in a situation where you're letting the other team actually go down the field and try to score a touchdown, and you're deciding to rush three and drive everybody back. Like, that's stupid. It never works.
I love when teams, I feel like now have been doing that, like rushing 4, even 5. Just like time in the pocket is dangerous if you're the defense.
I mean, that
Liam,
drive, yeah.
To add on to your point, 18 targets for Puka, which is honestly an incredible number. I mean, it reminds me of that Jamar Chase game we saw when Joe Flacco literally threw it to him every single play. But yeah, I was shocked. Couldn't really get Devontae Adams going, obviously coming back from a couple games that he missed. But he was that red zone guy and didn't really seem to utilize him the way they thought. My takeaway from this game for the Rams is that they're going to need to play near perfect, error-free football if they want to make it back to the Super Bowl. Mostly because I think we can agree that this defense, although we'll get to the Panthers and how they played, this defense is just not as sharp as we would have thought it was going into the season. And the fact that this was still a game, even though the Rams, double-digit favorites, easily the favorite to win this game and make it on, the fact that this was a contest going into the fourth quarter, I think says a lot about how Stafford, who didn't have one of his better games, really needs to continue to play error-free MVP level football to advance past each game.
Yeah, I think they're not as good as we thought they were. This team, to Drew's point, like they need to be perfect on a lot of sides of the ball to win these games. And we went into this playoffs, into the season kind of thing that this team was like one of the more complete teams in the NFC. The fact that their offense was good, the defense was rolling for most of the season until the end. Special teams, as Liam loves to say, is they have one of the better special teams units, but they don't seem as good. And maybe it's just the Rams have their number. Like, is it just the Panthers have their number? Like, the Panthers are the Rams kryptonite? Is that the issue? And they're going to come into Chicago and destroy them? But I don't know.
I want to say no to that because it's tough for a team like the Panthers to beat a team like the Rams twice in 1 year, and they almost did it. First time they did it, it was the turnover margin, and capitalizing on fourth downs. And especially through that first half, it was the complete opposite script for the Panthers. So for them to almost win this in a different way, I don't know if it's that they have their number. Maybe that means that they do, but I think this says a lot about the Rams.
I agree. The Panthers tried to give away the game in the first half, and the Rams just let them stick around. We're going to get into it next round, but it's going to be very interesting to see Matt Stafford play outside in that cold Chicago wind. The thicker kicker, is he going to be able to make kicks in that cold Chicago wind? I don't know. I'm worried about this Rams team, though, fellas. I really am.
Yeah, this would be, if they had lost, and again, they still have the chance to lose in the second round next week. Mm-hmm. What a disappointing end to a arguably great first 10 games of football that this team played.
Yeah. All signs are pointing towards a loss this weekend, but we'll see. Panthers side of the ball. I want to start here first.
Yep.
Bryce Young will be the Panthers quarterback for the next 10 years. And this is different than how you think it is. It's not going to be because he's going to be an all-pro quarterback winning all these games. No. Bryce Young is the king of playing really good down the stretch. He's going to have a great last 5 games, similar like Sam Darnold on the Jets all those years ago. So you're going to go into every offseason and be like, oh my God, he's going to take the next step forward. And he's going to get a massive contract this offseason because of it. And he's going to be around for a while. And he's going to continue to just barely do enough in a place like Carolina in a shitty division. And they're going to find a way to do just enough consistently that he's going to be around. But he is not a good quarterback. He's not going to be consistent. He's not winning playoff games with his team. He is just average.
Wow, you started off so positive and then just kind of brought us back to reality. Liam, what do you have as the NFC South man?
I think he proved some people wrong. You know, everyone is saying, oh, he's fluky. But when it shows up and he does kind of have that big moment clutch sheet, he kind of does. I don't know. I'm still drinking the Kool-Aid. I really like the way he plays. I just want them to get somebody consistent to throw the ball to. Coker was the guy this week. The Panthers need, we're going to see Ted develop. Maybe Coker comes into his own next year. I think Bryce Young is here to stay. I think Rank's right about that.
I am also I've been a big critic throughout the year, but I have started watching that game, and maybe it's because my heart was clearly leading one way. I'm drinking from the Kool-Aid as well. I think the one way to put it is situational football. Bad pick in the first quarter, but after that, just near perfect football. Great game manager skills. I think he was going to get this contract extension regardless, but I think you feel a little bit better if you're the front office after this game. Just, situationally what he did. Liam, to your point, Coker and Tet, like if they could take a next step each, you have a great situation. I'm assuming Dowdle's gone. I'm assuming Dowdle's gone after this year, getting a big payday, maybe bring in someone to complement Chuba. But I think this team, if you're a Saints fan, you should be a little bit worried about not being able to win the division for a couple of years.
I think it's going to be a good rivalry for sure.
He's too short. You want him around Liam because you know you can beat the Panthers every single year with him. Chuck is a way better quarterback than Bryce Young.
Here's the thing.
Oh, right? That's an interesting statement.
Wow. You know what? I'll take that. I think that's
of course he's gonna take.
But you know who else? We had there was a quarterback who was quote unquote undersized. You look at passing yards, passing, most accurate, most.
Way different player.
Yes, way different player at that rank. But I'll tell you this: the guy, he's proved it. He's got it. Nobody expected them to be in this game, and they were right there.
Right, I'll give you a different player that was 5'10", first, and use the first 8 years of his career as your sample size. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I want the entire years of his career.
Well, we'll get there when we get
there. This year.
We'll get there when we get there.
All right.
All right. Should we get into Bears Packers?
Let's do it.
Who wants to lead off this hell of a game?
Trude, I think it was your hate watch. You finally got to see it culminate.
That's really what my take was. It's just an opportunity to gloat a little bit about the Packers, and I knew this was a fraudulent team. We never really had a chance on the show to discuss how the Packers, who with the Lions falling off a little bit and 9 coming in and ruining the Vikings, it was for the Packers to take the NFC North, and they went from first place clear favorite to just letting the Bills walk all over them. Crucial end of the season game, regular season game, and then to go into this as the 7 seed, which they've been the 7 seed for the last 3 years. Classic Matt LaFleur collapse right here. Love to see every minute of it. I will say that losing Micah Parsons and dropping that defense down to a bottom 5 unit doesn't help, but I do think this game says more about the Bears, but it was good to see a fraudulent team collapse.
the
agree.
Packers defense has been decimated. Like the Michael
Yeah.
Parsons changed his entire team. But
It's them and the Niners with a decimated defense. It's kinda
But to your
crazy.
point, Drew, Matt LaFleur might be one of the worst coaches
Oh wow.
behind whoever the Falcons coach was. I think it was Dan Quinn to have coaching your team when you have a lead. Because Matt
Mhm.
LaFleur cannot keep a lead. He gets so non-aggressive, so passive, so like just run the box. Similar to like Liam feels about prevent defense, how I feel about just running the ball and killing clock for an entire half. It doesn't work. It's like soccer when you park a bus. You couldn't park the bus the entire game. Liam, it never worked. This doesn't work.
They were just begging on them to score time and time again. When you're not aggressive and you play like a pussy, you're going to lose. We've seen it. This was just, I mean, how do you blow? What were they up at halftime? 24-3?
20. I think it was up 21 points. Yeah.
Yeah. You blow that to your most hated rival?
Unbelievable.
Come on, man.
Who
You're
the
up 50
quarterback
points.
prior to Jordan Love spent his entire career owning this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
You're letting down Aaron Rodgers big time. I don't remember which one of you guys said it, and I think we've talked about this in the context of Matt LaFleur this season. Going away from the game plan midway through the game is just never going to yield good results. And then my last thing I want to say about the Packers is guess who was a coordinator on the Falcons team that blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl?
Oh, no.
It was Matt LaFleur.
Oh, no.
So it runs that coaching tree is cursed is what we can come to the conclusion.
On the Bears side of the ball, I don't think there's a. I don't understand how Caleb Williams does it. Like his jump throw that he gave to DJ Moore or to Rome Odunze had no business being thrown, no business being caught, no business working out. I can't tell if he's just playing like the luckiest man alive right now or what, but watching the Bears play fourth quarter football is probably the best football you can watch.
Caleb Williams is the biggest Chicago sports icon since the Michael Jordan.
Wow.
You're not
I
wrong.
mean,
Did you guys see
Yeah.
the logo? It was
Yeah.
literally
On the
Mike
jump
doing
throw,
the
yeah.
field goal line dunk.
Yeah, it was.
That was one of the most insane comebacks I've ever seen. And he's done it all season. He has proven himself to be not just a starting quarterback in this league. He's going to be a good to great quarterback in this league, and this Bears team is going to be very good for the foreseeable future.
Caleb Williams, I can't believe I'm gonna. It's crazy to put him in this context of this company, but when it comes to your ability to move outside the pocket and throw on the run or like the jump throw, and to not lose any accuracy, speed, direction of your throw, it's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen-esque, and Caleb Williams has it. And the fact that he's got grown men in Chicago painting their nails on the sidelines in the stands it says something about what he's doing for this team.
I just want to talk one more thing about Caleb. The mentality to throw the sloppiest of sloppy Joe interceptions. I mean, he lofted that one up. Free pickings. Subway $5 foot long. And to come back and just lead this comeback, it was incredible.
And then obviously big shout out to Mr. Drive-By Handshake himself, Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
doing a hell of a job.
It's going to be a theme as we go through these things, and I want to get into more later in this next game, but coaches really make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching makes a huge difference in the sport, and two of these teams on the list definitely saw that this year with their head coaching hires, or a bunch of teams on this list saw it by their head coaching hires.
Yeah.
Head coaching and then also maybe ownership, because I think of Ben Johnson. I also think about Aaron Glenn, and he's had different outcome after.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can all put Ben Johnson is far and away a better head coach than Aaron Glenn ever would.
That's true. Yeah, I think some of it has to do with Ben Johnson was just better prepared to step into that role. They're just both two great coordinators that came from the same team and are having complete opposite seasons.
All right, next game, Jags Bills. I want to start on this Bills side. It's going back to head coaches. You look at every single other team on this list that are in the playoffs, and you can make the argument that their head coach has made a bigger difference than their quarterback on their season. Sean McVay, David Canales,
Yep.
Ben Johnson, LaFleur, Liam Cohen,
Mhm.
Sirianni, Shanahan, Vrabel, Harbaugh, Tomlin, I'm drawing up D'Amico Ryans, except for the Bills. Sean McDermott was holding his team back. The Bills have not embraced this new way of football, this new way of the Sean McVay and Ben Johnson run offenses, and they're running an old offense with Josh Allen telling him to go out there and be Superman. They're asking Josh Allen to be the best player on the field every single game. Meanwhile, these other coaches are putting their quarterback in the position to be the best player in the field, but do it easier. What the Jaguars are asking Trevor Lawrence to do is nowhere near as much as they're asking Josh Allen to do. And it is because of coaching, that is why that's the case.
Also, just like personnel, we've harped on it all year.
We have.
Brandon Cooks coming down with the catch. Come on, bro. They got Tyrell Shavers, Brandon Cooks, Khalil Shakir. Who the hell is this guy throwing to? And he's winning the game. Oh my god.
Liam, go ahead. You made a great point last show, just like when you were getting us a name build receivers. This was an obvious example of how it is Mr. Superman throwing it to whoever's out there.
You cannot understate how impressive a performance this was. And that tush push that went 8 yards, that was the cherry on top.
He was fun.
Everyone in Buffalo will die for this man right now.
The team I'll counter with there, though, is look at the Niners' weapons. Look at the Niners' weapons at wide receiver and compare it to the Bills. And Josh Allen is by far and away a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy's doing just as much with it because of Kyle Shanahan. Like, imagine Josh Allen in one of these offenses. Like, imagine Ben Johnson coaching Josh Allen. Imagine, like, him doing this. It'd be unstoppable. And you're in here in these situations where there are 16 that have to compete against these teams when they shouldn't be. Yes, everything around him sucks, but they should be able to do more because they have Josh Allen.
Frank, I 100% agree. Kyle Shanahan made Mac Jones look like a Pro Bowler for a few weeks, but I don't love – I know everyone likes Joe Brady as an offensive coordinator. I really don't love some of his play calls. Like, they just spam the wide receiver screen to Shakir like 10 times a game. It's really not fun to watch. And then, really this kind of connects to both your points. James Cook, this is like the first time he was probably I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm guessing this is probably the first time he was held under 50 yards all season. Just complete non-factor. Putting more pressure on Josh Allen because Sean McDermott's not creating this elusive game plan that's going to, open up the offense and make it easier for him.
Jaguars side of the ball, and because anything for Bills. Trevor Lawrence is going to be an elite quarterback over the next 10 years because of what Liam Cohen has done with this offense, what Trevor Lawrence looked like. Like, he had the talent, and Liam Cohen's opened up this game for Trevor Lawrence. He can sit back there and make these plays. He's always had the arm talent. He's decreased the number of decision makings Trevor Lawrence has to do, and it's really shown this year as Trevor Lawrence really has blossomed as a really good quarterback in the NFL.
I want to echo that point. That offense looked really good. And they had a down year out of their second coming of God, BTJ. Parker Washington stepped up big. ETN was great the whole season. Brenton Strange, solid tight end. This Jaguars team, I think they're going to be in the conversation, contenders for the next couple of years. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, they've been playing an amazing stretch of football going into it. You almost left too much time for the Bills to come back. And I want to echo Liam's point on the receiving core, like Parker Washington coming out on really the national stage. He had a bunch of great games going into this, but just demonstrating in front of, millions of people. It's going to be, and, we can talk about this on a later show. It's going to be interesting for like the offseason because obviously Travis Hunter's coming back. You have Jacoby Myers, all those targets going to these receivers. Is Brian Thomas Jr. going to kind of fall out of this rotation? Do you try and, this is his second year, give him another chance? But my main takeaway for the Jags is I don't know why they stopped running the ball. We've talked the entire year about how the Bills have one of the worst rushing defenses in the entire league, and to have 14 carries between Etienne and Tootin is just that's the one knock I'm going to give on Liam Cohen. Outside of that,
I agree, especially that last. I think they had the ball left with 4 minutes left. You got to either sit down on the 1 yard line or take a kneel. You cannot give Josh Allen any time. He's proven it time and time again. Don't let Superman touch the ball. Make somebody else hurt you.
Yeah. That was a beautiful throw, wasn't it, to Brandon Cooks?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was incredible.
To Brandon Cooks. It's insane.
Yeah, out of all of them. Let's move into Niners, Eagles. Rank, you want to show the jersey you got on?
Unfortunately, I was not able to wear it this weekend at the bar I was at. I would not have walked out of there alive, but I threw it on afterwards and had a fun time.
Shout out Tom Casper. I know Rank was in his ear the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Watching the Eagles lose was awesome. It was a great feeling, especially to the Niners. Really quieted the bar the first play of the game. I'd like to shout out Jake Elliott, who might be one of the he used to be really good, but he's had a really bad season, and that extra point changed the entire game. Nick Sirianni, and I've been on this, and he then will win a Super Bowl next year, and I will still believe it, is not a good head coach, and he gets covered by good coordinators when he hires them correctly, not when he hires his buddy who can't run an offense. You go down the first drive of the game and you score a touchdown, and to our points you've been saying all day today, why don't you do that every single time?
Yeah.
Why is Saquon not getting the ball on first and third down? He should be touching the ball a minimum of 50% of your plays on a drive. And he's not.
100%.
And they're throwing the ball to A.J. Brown, who, oh my God, A.J. Brown, you want the ball? You dropped it. You dropped it. You talked all you want. You've been reading your books, Inner Excellence. You feeling better? You dropped it in the biggest moments. It's crazy.
Rank, you hit on all the points pretty well. I think first and foremost, this comes down to Shanahan and Robert Saleh just absolutely outsmarting the entirety of the other coaching staff. And you mentioned that before, and it's just obvious. We could harp on how Brock Purdy is making Demarcus Robinson look like, Randy Moss. That's my new Randy Moss comparison. But also, the offense for the Eagles, how can you not be concerned with what A.J. Brown had? I actually didn't think that, there's been a narrative around this team for the offense throughout the year and how it's been a concern. I don't think Jalen Hurts played that bad. I think whenever he plays turnover-free football, it's a positive. Saquon, they actually, gave him the ball and he got 100 yards. I was just really concerned with A.J. Brown. There's a lot of players in this league that play with their emotions on their sleeve, which is fine. It's just that type of sport. But to get into a spat with your coach and then just clearly emotionally be taken out of this game, if the altercation on the sideline happens and you're fine, it is what it is. But he was just clearly in a different mindset for the rest of the game. And I would not be surprised if that's a player that gets moved in the offseason.
He should be gone.
Yeah, we've been saying this. We were on it before everyone else was. We knew that there was trouble brewing in Philly, and that the ringleader of it all, Mr. Nick Sirianni, I think he's the man to blame. He's the clown that runs the show. Absolutely horrific culture. For who you have on that team, going out the way they did, pathetic. So pathetic.
My theory is of why he didn't take away Batula's play calling earlier this year is Sirianni knows he himself can't call plays. He does nothing. And he would expose himself by doing so. So he just wanted to be able to throw Patula under the bus at the end of the season. And now they'll go hire somebody else, and Patula will be the passing game coordinator again. They're going to hire Daboll. Daboll's going to be the new OC, and the Eagles will be good again because Daboll and Fangio are good coordinators, and that's what's going to happen.
It's going to be the sixth offensive coordinator in 6 years.
Yeah.
It's really like as much as this was kind of great summary of how the Eagles season was. It's there has to be some optimism knowing that Vic Fangio is still going to, make sure that his unit is in check. And if you can just figure out someone to call plays and maybe take away some of the divas on this team, squeeze some years left out of Saquon, you could really make another run.
Jalen Hurts is just also not a good quarterback. Like, he's such a bad quarterback.
All right.
I don't understand why Eagles fans like him so much.
Rank, there's a stat floating around. I don't want to botch it for you, but it's something like if he throws more than 30 times in a game, the Eagles lose. Like they lose almost every time in the playoffs.
35 this time.
The fact that they got held to less than 5 passing yards for 3 separate halves this season is crazy.
Yeah, but I'm also not throwing all that on Jalen Hurts. Like, not that he's blameless in this, but like to the theme of this conversation where coaching is clearly the word of the day. I don't think Kellen Moore would have let that happen. I mean, that offense last year was insane, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Moving to the Niners, Rank, why don't you open up that? Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo over there.
This team is the definition of never give up. This might be Kyle Shanahan's best coaching job. So many teams with all these injuries would have just pulled the plug and tanked and just gotten the good draft pick and reset next year. But they didn't. They fought hard. They're in this position. And they could win this week. They could win another game this week because they are so well coached. Brock Purdy's playing really well. McCaffrey's playing well. They had the injury to Kittle, and they still went on to win this game. Their defense is decimated, and they don't care. And I love it about this team. They have fight. I know you guys have been down the 49ers for years, but you can't tell me you don't. True, you have an exception. Liam, you can't tell me you don't kind of like this 49ers team the way they're playing football.
Brock Purdy, man, it's very inspirational. And I want to just say, I think, and I don't think this is crazy to say, I think CMC is underrated. I really do. He just completely unguardable. Completely unguardable. They're decimated at offensive line. So what does he do? Turns into a top 5 receiver. I mean, come on.
It's a scrimmage yard king.
He'll do everything for the team. He's willing them to victory.
Yeah, this is, especially with what might happen next week, this is maybe the only time of the season I'll say something good about Brock Purdy. It is inspiring, Rank, and I can't believe I just said that because of how decimated this team is. Demarcus Robinson, the leading receiver for targets, is just incredible what he's doing. This is going to be an interesting game. Brock Purdy is playing some very good football right now, and even if they can't get the ground game going for 2 straight games, Shanahan's finding a way to make it work. I think Trent Williams, we can talk about the prediction, but the Trent Williams status will be a big, big X factor in this. You know that. So we'll see.
Fred Warner too, right?
Yeah.
I
saw that.
That
gave me a big scare.
They should have a linebacker for once. All right. Anything else in this game? We'll go Patriots-Chargers.
Let's move into it. What do you got for the Patriots?
Second ugliest game of the last one. I think the Patriots moved into this was Drake May's first playoff game. It was their first one, and they went out and still won the game. They didn't look great. Their defense looks a lot better than they were expecting in this playoffs. I think the offense improved as the game went on. I think they're more prepared this week than they were going into this game. So, first playoff game, not going to draw any conclusions. I think they're going to play a lot better this week.
Wanted to see them, kind of close the door early. They had a lot of chances to put this game away. I'm kind of with you, Rank. I don't really know what to think yet, but all I know is this week's going to be a test. This is it right here.
We'll find out this week. We're going to find out about 2 teams this week, and it's both in the AFC.
Yeah. I'm going to echo what you guys said. I couldn't really draw any conclusions from this because switching to the other side, all I could think about is how Justin Herbert's life was a living hell. There was, for whoever, you can either think that Pro Football Focus does good work or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a data point, and if Justin Herbert and his team had won the game, it would have been the worst ever. Since like they started, tracking the stats, the worst ranked O-line to win a football game in history. And 6 sacks doesn't tell the full story, because Justin Herbert probably should have been checked into the hospital for broken ribs and a damaged lung after that.
Yeah,
it was horrible watching that.
I believe the number was 30 quarterback pressures. 30. That's 3-0. I mean, my God. We're not like the biggest bunch, Rank. You're a big man, but like we could have blocked better than that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then to have all the receivers like 20 yards downfield, not even giving him a chance. This was a pathetic effort, and you just can't help but feel bad. You can't.
But you're asking Justin Herbert to be Josh Allen because you couldn't even get the run game going. Hampton, being out early, and then you got Vidal, who's just not ready for that moment at all. No O-line. You're asking Justin Herbert to go out there and be his best Josh Allen. That's not really a job suitable for most quarterbacks.
This Chargers.
The other thing I will say about Justin
Rank,
Herbert, and as somebody who has done a lot of research into these coordinators today, Greg Roman was offensive coordinator of the Chargers this year, the past 3 years. Justin Herbert had averaged 4,500 passing yards a year in his first 3 years in the NFL. He has since averaged 3,500 passing yards in the past 3 years with Greg Roman, as well as Greg Roman took Lamar Jackson was a nobody, and then they brought a new offensive coordinator, and Lamar Jackson won 2 straight MVPs, basically. Greg Roman is an issue. He's a bad offensive coordinator, and Justin Herbert's going to have a much better season next year with hopefully a new offensive line and a new offensive coordinator.
Every draft, I just want to see O-lineman, guard, tackle. I mean, it's got to be all.
I mean, they drafted a whole left side, right? With all.
He was injured. Joe Alt was injured. Was the issue.
Of course, yeah, injured, but at least they're trying. Like the stats when Joe Alt's playing versus are not playing are pretty tremendous. Unfortunately, Justin Herbert is so many years into his career that, like, I know everyone calls him what if man, but he truly is what if man. Like, he's going to have an asterisk on pretty much every season. Like, it's very hard to really quantify how good this guy is when he's just not really been given the best cards each season. And we're enough years in to where it's like we have to kind of produce a statement about him now.
Yeah. I think next year is his year. But the thing is, like, I know if they were ever get rid of him, if he was ever going anywhere else, no matter where he went, he'd become like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
I really like Harbaugh being there with him, but this Greg guy clearly needs to hit the road.
He's gone. He's fired. Don't worry.
I think you've said that statement. I think next year is his year.
I probably have.
You're right. Beginning of the show.
Adam, clip that.
But if you think about like all the quarterbacks, like the Chargers can't do better than Justin Herbert.
No, God,
no. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Even if you have a first-round pick, I wouldn't. No.
You have to give this guy a chance, man. Give this guy a goddamn chance. Free agency and the draft. You got to see what you're working with.
Yeah.
Last game, the Monday night game, and Ranko and I will get into our primetime picks results afterwards. But Texans Steelers. God, we were subject to a truly horrible game that our fates were tied to. What did you guys get out of the Texans game?
All right. This first half was one of the worst football games I've ever watched in my life. Terrible. I hated watching every second of this. CJ Stroud fumbled, 4 times? And the Steelers did not convert a third down. They didn't convert a third down until 8 minutes left in the third quarter. I mean, what the hell? And then, of course, CJ Stroud got absolutely bailed. This Texans defense, man. I'm hoping and praying the Broncos win, not just so I don't get embarrassed. People are going to clown me. But I want this matchup, Texans-Broncos. I want to see these two defenses go at each other.
Oh,
I want it to be
that is going to be one of the ugliest games Oh, it'll be slightly better than this game.
My Sunday would free up. My Sunday would get busy real quick because I would not be doing anything but watching that game.
Come on, Rank.
This
Second half
defense,
is electric.
this defense is really good. This defense is probably the best defense in football. And Rodgers was getting hit nonstop, like constantly. But this offense is so bad.
It was bizarre. Like watching him fumbled the ball 5 times. He didn't lose all of them. It was just bizarre to watch. The one bright spot you take away from this is Christian Kirk just had a great game.
Speaking of fumbles, I looked this up during football just because I was curious. Do you know what percentage of fumbles are recovered by the defense? Any guesses?
I would guess more than 50%.
Like 55, 60?
It's 45. Less
Wow.
than half of the fumbles occurred or were covered by the defense. Which I find interesting.
Shit like that, dude. It's
Yeah.
shit like that.
It looked like a goddamn JV game in the first half. I mean, I was pissed watching it. I really was.
CJ Stroud, it truly is cursed after he tried to little bro Caleb Williams. I mean, look at how the trajectories of their careers changed after that.
All right, I got a stat for you guys. All time, we're looking at quarterbacks all time with the most defensive or special teams touchdowns while they were quarterback for the team. In the playoffs, Tom Brady, all-time leader with 8.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud has 5.
5?
CJ Stroud has 5.
This postseason or all game?
Postseason only, playoffs only.
Dude, he's in his 3rd year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. To be fair, though, did you see the stat that I think it's his 4th year? Or 3rd year? 3rd or 4th?
I think 3rd.
So 2 out of his 3 years, him and DeMeco Ryans have made it to the second weekend of football.
DeMeco Ryans is a great coach. And he's doing a lot. It's just I don't think it's his fault that CJ Stroud had the yips.
If he didn't, they win that game by 50.
Yeah.
Moving over to the Steelers, and I can't wait to later on talk about this offseason because what an ugly, ugly game. You have a defense that's not what it used to be. Aaron Rodgers just looked like he did not want to play football and he was scared to get hit. Looked like a 65-year-old man out there. It was very scary to watch.
Can you blame him? I mean, my God, as Wrinkle says, that was just pathetic. Pathetic showing. I'm surprised he didn't retire at halftime. I personally would not have waited if I were him, but Jesus
Somebody
Christ.
did that. Didn't somebody retire in the Bills?
Yeah.
Like, at that time?
No, it was. Oh yeah, it was. It was. Or the Colts. It was a linebacker. Was it Vontae Davis? No.
Or Von Miller? Like maybe Vontae Davis sounds better.
I mean, that it was just like sad, and you know that trivia question is going to come up. What legendary quarterback ended their career with a pick 6? It's going to be Aaron Rodgers,
Oh
unfortunately.
God, I didn't even know Vontae Davis died. Jesus, I don't think that was him. I also hate the play calling for the Steelers. Just like they didn't. I don't think they looked to throw it downfield once. I think Aaron Rodgers had a bitch fight with DK Metcalf on the sidelines because he just decided to stop targeting him. It's a really weird offensive game.
What was the point of all this?
For Tomlin. It was for Tomlin.
I saw some stat, and I need to figure out if it's true or not. But did you see the stat that in Tomlin's 19 seasons, only 4 times has his final record actually been above 500?
So it's
That's
like,
insane.
the final, like meeting the playoff game too.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wasn't this 7 straight playoff games they've lost?
Yeah, something like that. First round exit merchant.
Hey, they're just happy to be there, man.
Exactly. And
They
Tomlin's
love a
gone now.
participation trophy in Pittsburgh, huh?
It's going to be a very exciting offseason because I don't know what you have to rediscover your entire identity, not just as a team, as an offense. It's going to be You're
Bring
in
back-
QB hell.
Bring back Justin Fields.
No, I don't think so. Rank, do you want to lead off this recap and just rip off the Band-Aid?
Yeah, I think it's the most fun we've had in picks yet. Most competitive, close to the end. Truitt start off with a huge lead. I think there was time when he was 7-1, 8-1 maybe, and I was sitting at like 2 and something, 3 and something. Lee was at 1 and something, and Truitt, you gave it a ride. But once again, unfortunately, you are the only one of the three of us who has never won a pick segment. And secondly, to Liam, I have now beaten the deadlock, and I now have 3 wins. You have 2. I'm now the king of fun locker room pick.
God damn it.
I have number 1. I think Liam told us Adam last year. I think Adam told me that you said we were supposed to bow to you, so I hope you bow to me now, and we're gonna do that.
Oh,
But yeah, I won.
Yeah.
down to the last game, and I think we did have the show when Rank picked.
He did.
He was leader of the clubhouse. He was allowed to pick who he wanted, and I'm mad at you for making me root for Aaron Rodgers on that side of the game. At halftime, I thought my odds were looking very good, very good.
I would say also when it comes to picks, I was perfect in the first round of our picks, as well as gambling that we don't endorse of the parlay I picked of all the teams that I was going to win. Also perfect. So
Good
Anything
work.
else, Rank? Anything else you want to that you got
no,
right?
it was a great weekend. I had a great weekend of football. Eagles lost, my picks all won, and I won the picks. So I'm doing great over here.
Damn.
If I had to choose one moment where it went downhill, it was the pressure of the Thanksgiving games being worth 2 each. I think it got to
Yeah.
I think it got to me. I think I went into that like, yeah. I don't think Liam and I used our double or nothing. I think it was just Rank. And honestly, the fact that you won by what was it, half a game, 1.5 games, it made the difference in the end.
We would have been tied if not.
Yes,
Wow.
you're right.
Wow.
You're right.
Actually, if you didn't rank, who would have gotten the first pick to pick either Texans or Steelers? We might have to.
We would have had to have. I don't know. There would have been some. We would have had to duke it out somehow.
Yeah.
So Jackson
Wow.
Dart won me the
It's off
picks
camera.
here.
He really did. Right? Jackson Dart did win you. You might have to get a jersey.
I think he
I
was
would
going
love
to
the
get that.
Jackson Dart jersey.
Yeah.
Anyways, that concludes our primetime pick segment. This is our favorite segment of the entire year. And Liam isn't always on the sidelines during it. He's usually contending. But we'll be back next year, and I'll come back for that first ring someday.
Yeah, right.
What's the phrase I called? What is it? What's the cellar dweller?
Truitt, cellar dweller cards.
I'm the forever cellar dweller. Even when I make it out, I'm right back.
True. To be fair, though, congratulations. It is your first time not coming in last.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
you've improved.
Thank you.
5th year in, now second place.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get into some predictions. We have 4 great games coming up. You guys choose where we start. It's going to be a very exciting weekend. I can just tell.
I want to start in Chicago.
I do
Yes.
too.
I picked the Rams to win this game, but I so badly want the Bears to win it. Sean McVay has never won Chicago. Indoor teams in below 40-degree weather is a crazy stat, and it's supposed to be icy cold in Chicago. Can the Bears come back, though? Because we know the Rams are getting a big lead knowing the Bears, but can the Bears come back against this Rams defense? I think yes. The Bears are going to the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
Rank, I saw enough. I echo your point. I have belief in this team, man. I want to paint my nails.
Liam, would you paint your nails if the Bears go to the Super Bowl?
If the Bears go to the Super Bowl, I will paint my nails.
That's a clip. That's a clip.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
Wow. Will you paint your own
I-
nails? Or are you gonna go to like a massage place? Like,
No,
where
you
going?
got to go professionally. We'll chip in
so?
pay for you to go professionally. I want this done right.
Get a little hand massage in the process.
You want me to get rubbed down while this is
You know,
going on?
they get a little handsy. They do.
That's no problem with Liam. Liam likes it.
Where is this?
Rank-
The locker room
Rank and
or
I-
massage parlor?
Anyways, I'm obviously inherently biased with this game, but I think the Don Shula, Ben Johnson matchup is going to be fucking crazy. No, Don Shula is the offensive.
Don
Yeah,
Shula's
Shula.
dad, or uncle or something.
My mistake. And the reason why I think the Bears can come out on this is because they have a very opportunistic defense, led the league in takeaways, obviously, capitalized on Jordan Love's mistakes, throughout the game last time. And let's be honest, Matthew Stafford has not been playing perfect football, as we mentioned in the previous segment. I think if they get a couple opportunities, kind of like the Panthers were very opportunistic on getting the ball, making the right tackles, getting the turnovers where needed throughout the year. I think the Bears can do the exact same thing. And Rank said perfectly, the home field advantage. That cold's going to be a problem. Mr. Stafford's going to think he's in Detroit again, and he's going to get PTSD.
It's not Hawaii, Puka. It's some cold weather.
I just got a vision. That big fat kicker for the Rams is going to miss a big field goal. It just came to me.
Love it.
Wow.
Liam's special teams visions are usually correct. Let's go Bills Broncos, because that's another heated one we have here. A little memo dependent game.
Right, it's all riding on this. And you know what? Josh Allen was Superman against the Jags. If he can put that cape on and start flying, I'll have nothing else to say, I will get down on my knees and I'll worship him.
Good. I've already drafted the memo.
I don't doubt that, actually. I think it is
What?
already drafted somewhere.
Oh, no.
Josh Allen's just too good at football. This Bears team all year has been toying with their prey. They've been toying around. They've been fishing around. They've been waiting to see, will somebody come and knock them off? And this is the time. They get down early. They try to come back, but they're not as good doing it as the Bears are. And Bo Nix is not that good of a quarterback. They're going to be exposed for the frauds they are. And Josh Allen comes out there. And not that he steamrolls them, but I think they win by a touchdown.
Wow.
Sure.
No, I want to let you guys duke it out. I think the Bills do end up winning because it's not like Josh Allen hasn't seen a great defense before. And as much as we harp on this run defense for the Bills, pass defense is pretty good. Although I think Jordan Poyer is going to be out, which will hurt. Either way, I see Superman coming out, maybe little brothering Bo Nix a little bit.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm riding with my guys. I think this is going to be the Broncos team that shuts them down. Surtain's going to be guarding 4 guys at once out there because Cooks and Shakir.
You have to admit, with the playoff losses that Josh Allen has had in his career, this would have to be the most demoralizing.
I don't know.
Because every way you lost, that might be a big statement out there. I mean, just losing to the Chiefs, no one's going to blame you for losing to Mahomes. To lose to this team would be to get outplayed. I mean, we know that Sean McDermott's going to get outcoached, but
if you look at this game, imagine in your head the Bills losing the game. What's the reason the Bills lost? Is it because Josh Allen got outplayed, or is it because
exactly
they just were outcoached and the defense wasn't good enough and Josh
and
Allen was
their
Superman?
team's their team's just not good enough.
Team's just not.
This is one of his worst rosters for sure.
Tyrell Shavers, who?
You made that name up. You made it up. That's not a real name. Yeah, right. You're right. I retract my statement.
Sure, your game.
Yeah,
my game.
Save your game for last. I don't care what you want.
Jump into it.
Let's just get Patriots Texans out of the way and then
All right.
End with the fireworks.
I think the Patriots win this game. I think the Patriots offense will start clicking. As good as Texans defense is, that offense is just so bad that I can't see them winning this game.
Agreed. It's going to be a low-scoring 13-3 type game.
Bet the under.
Bet the under.
I think whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Wow.
Even though, I was high on my Broncos, but after watching what the Texans did to the Steelers, man, I really think they're going to go into Foxborough, and I think they're going to fuck shit up. And I think it's going to be ugly.
Oh God.
But you know what? I think the Texans win this game by a good margin, to be honest.
Wow.
By a good margin? What do you define as a good margin?
I'm talking more than touchdown, more than 7 points.
How about more than 10? Can we get you to commit to that?
I was inching on 10.5, 9.5. You know what?
All right. Locked in. He said 10.5.
I'll hit that 9.5.
He's locked. Nope, he's locked in.
9.5.
Nope,
I
he said
just-
10.5.
Rank, I don't know. I'm going bold. I think the Texans are going to come out. They're going to hit Drake May in the face. And let's be real. The way CJ Stroud played last game, I mean, my God, he was ass, but they could have won that game by 60. If he's halfway competent, they win that game by 45.
Liam, if you wanted to
It's a
bet,
big if, though. Will that happen, though?
Yeah.
if you put $10 on Texans minus 9.5, you could walk away with $60.
Might as well do it. We don't endorse gambling here.
I don't endorse gambling, but I'm going to do that. And I'm going to parlay that with Bills and Broncos money line. I don't endorse gambling. I don't.
Can you send the slip out for the viewers just so they all know that you're
We'll
being
tweet it. We'll tweet
Slip
it.
me. Slip me.
Okay. Let's get into it. I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend. I just hate playing the NFC West with a passion because, of course, 3 of the 4 teams left in the NFC are NFC West teams. We just played them 2 weeks ago. So the last team we played was the Niners. And I want to open up the floor to you guys to see your opinions. But the one thing I'll say is which Sam Darnold are we going to see? Or is he going to be a mouse or is he going to be a man? That's the question.
I think, as I said last show, but like the biggest issue with Sam Darnold is the pressure. And if Fred Warner is back, this changes things. But without Fred Warner, the Niners cannot get any pressure on Sam Darnold. That
Last in the league in sacks.
And throw it around. And I think the Seahawks win because of that. I think it's close because the Niners are a good team, but I think Sam will show up and have a big game.
This is where the two-headed snake of Kenneth Walker and Mr. Charb come out to play. I think that this is everyone's gearing up. Oh, JSN this, JSN that. No, it's going to be the run game this week, Truett. I'm going to go between the two of them 3 touchdowns.
Love it. Love it.
I think the Seahawks win this game. I'm between 10.5 or 14.5. I really don't.
Wow.
know.
Okay.
Wow.
I just think they're well rested.
Yep.
The Niners did their thing, but I think the
Kittle.
Seahawks are coming ready and they're going to come big time.
We got some big predictions for this guy over here.
Yeah, that's a huge line, Liam.
I like to hear you say that though, because and the reason why I talk about the 2 Sam Darnolds all the time is that Rams game where he threw the 4 picks and we missed by a field goal tremendously by our defense. Going into that game, Darnold had the highest QBR in all football. Since that game, he has, I think, a bottom 5 QBR, but you wouldn't know that because we go in having won 8 straight and because this defense is incredible. And I just have to trust that Clint Kubiak, my Lord and Savior, will put him in positions to do well, open up the run game, establish the run, to establish play action, get the ball to JSN, Cooper Kupp, Arroyo, whoever you need, my guy AJ Barner. That's how we're going to win this game.
I'm very excited for this weekend slate. This game's this weekend.
It's going to be a great game.
It's a great one.
Great
I just couldn't completely this game. That's going to be close. It's going to be a fun one.
It has to be a great slate.
Good, close football games this weekend.
Yeah. Before we get into hoops, grids, and birthdays, let's all give a round of applause to the New York Giants. Not official yet, but Mr. Harbaugh is planning on being the next coach for the New York football team. Rank, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling so good. I'm so excited to have a real head coach in the building, a real leader of men, a real CEO type guy that the Giants desperately needed. And even better, so I was really excited on Harbaugh, and then I started, okay, what matters next most is who's the offensive coordinator, who's coaching Dart. So it looks like they're bringing in Todd Monken, who is the Ravens head coach the past couple of years. So did some digging on Monken. He's a Georgia guy. Used to be the Georgia OC for a while under Kirby Smart. Seems to bring that type of offense to the NFL. And I think he's going to do a great job with Dart. I think Dart is the better quarterback for Lamar because Dart's more of a prototypical Georgia guy. And I'm really excited. This is a slam dunk hire. And I said it this weekend, and I will say it on the show. Adam, clip this right now. The Giants are making the playoffs next year. I will not waver in that all year. I will say that until they are in the playoffs next year.
Let's get you to commit a little bit further. And they win in the division?
No.
All right, making it in as a wild card. That's fine. It's humble.
I love the confidence rank. I really do.
Thanks.
I want to see what Harbaugh can get out of this young, trio they have. They got a stud wide receiver, they got a hard-nosed running back, and they got a dog QB. God forbid they stay healthy, man. This team could be really dangerous. I think you're right, Rank.
I agree. Good day for Rank all around. Let's get into some hoops grid here.
Munkins.
Right, you're just the expert on all things coordinators nowadays.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of research on it's all stems from the Monken research.
The
Got a
OC
nice little
whisperer.
slide here. OC whisper.
Oh yeah.
Let's get.
Give me my boy. Right there. Top right.
Yeah, you can have him. Wow, always an elite, always a diamond.
Can you give me Solomon Hill, top middle?
I think Solomon Hill might be well known. Yeah.
Damn.
Really? Josh Hart, top middle.
Oh, good call. Kind of always forget that he played there.
Ooh.
Oh, there he is. God. It's a face only a mother.
What a legend. What about that Pargo guy? You remember him?
Who?
Try Jeremy Pargo, I think it was his name.
For top left?
Yeah. PAR. There he is.
No, you are mistaken.
Austin Rivers, bottom left.
Ooh. No. I think you're thinking here.
Yeah.
These are easy franchises to get. Whenever they do that, that stretch was, it's always confusing. Let's get.
I think Alfred Camino hitting enough threes.
Ooh. I don't know. What about big Ryan Anderson?
Middle Alfred Camino.
Ryan Anderson? He definitely hit.
Yeah. What if he was stroking it like that? That's way too.
Ooh. Sneaky. There we go. Look at that beard.
I'm surprised, dude. He was kind of a goat for them.
Yeah, he was.
Trey Burke, middle right.
Legend. Oh.
Can you give me
Alex
Trevor Booker, bottom right?
Ooh.
Oh, the granny shot.
Yeah. There we go.
He does not look happy in that. I don't know if people remember that he played there. No, just barely.
Damn. We got to get rid of Marvin.
He's stinking it up.
How about Josh McRoberts? What about him? Oh, Book Knight's a good one too.
Yeah, but not the right era. Nice.
Oh,
All right, let's do Book Knight. Let's get Book Knight in here. Not 100 games? Oh,
wow.
Sorry, motherfucker.
Damn.
This one, we got to be able to get this one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a power forward.
Can we go bottom left, Bismack?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the Bumbler.
he's kind of one of their goats, though. I'm not surprised that that's high.
Shelvin Mack, bottom left? Oh, we already have
Yeah,
Shelvin Mack top right.
Already
Oh.
used.
He's a versatile guy on this board.
Tony Parker, bottom left?
I like
Hmm.
that. People might forget about TP. Nah.
Oh,
Damn, they got him.
Yeah,
Give me
give me
Micic.
Micic. Give me Micic.
there we
Give me
go.
Micic. Yep. All right.
Alec Burke, middle right?
What
Oh,
about Dirty
Ooh.
Dante?
I got one.
Oh, Rodney Hood,
Yeah.
legend.
Oh,
Dante Cunningham?
Where's Exum? Is Exum not on here?
Oh, I think there's a little thing.
No? Damn. I believe this one's tripping.
CJ
some.
Miles? Ooh, Moutier.
No, not Moutier. I'm
Miles?
thinking of the wrong guard. CJ Miles. He was on the Jazz? Oh, it's crazy, Rank. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He looks kind of fat in that. All right, let's get a nice Hornet shooter here. Should we go Grant Williams, Celtics legend?
Oh,
We need a deeper
we gotta
pool.
come up with
He's
something
not rare,
better.
though.
What about Dirty Batum?
No,
No, that might
franchise
be too
legend.
obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sad. Trying to think of someone in like the Kemba days, like early Kemba
Yeah.
days.
Who was
Raymond
like a big
Felton?
sniper for them?
Who?
Raymond Felton?
Oh wow,
I completely forgot.
nice rank. Another diamond
Good
across
shit,
the
Rank.
board. And we're not going to pay attention to this stat because we all know we did very well.
Wow.
Great work.
That was nice, Rank. Way to finish
Of
this
course.
off.
Let's get some birthdays, Liam. I'm excited. Whoa.
That's
You
good.
guys want bad news before we start?
Yeah.
Bad news. Kyle Tucker just signed with the Dodgers.
Are you serious?
You're joking.
I'm sorry if I had to read it. You guys had to read it too. Oh, that's horrible.
What?
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Unbelievable, man.
I hope I didn't ruin birthdays. I'm sorry. What a bitch.
That's just terrible.
Oh.
All right, let's get some birthdays.
This might be the third time this season, this offseason, that I've said I'm quitting baseball.
Yeah, this yuck.
I can't believe it, man. Dude, what are we doing, Rank?
How do they sign these guys? Like, how do they have the money? Like, what's this contract looking like? Is this going to catch up to them? Like, I don't understand how they're doing this,
No.
and we're not signing Pete. I am now getting closer to wanting a salary cap.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How are they doing this?
All right. I guess we're just going to birthdays then. Start off in
sucks. This
baseball.
sucks. Baseball sucks.
Yeah, it does, Rank. It's really upsetting. All right, starting off in baseball. We'll lead us off with a guy by the name of Jansen Junk. Happy 30th, Mr. Junk.
Jesus.
Happy birthday to a guy that goes by Chichi Gonzalez. It's 34 today. I
Well
wonder
done,
what his
Chi-Chi.
country of origin is. Chichi. Chichi. He had a storied career, 9 wins as a pitcher. What a bum. Happy birthday to Armando Galarraga. He threw a perfect game once, Truett, but it
Really?
also wasn't a perfect game.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
It was the most infamous botched call ever.
Oh, the first base. I think I've seen that video. And like the
Yeah.
the ump was like really sad afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Matt Holliday, Cardinals legend,
Great name.
legend of the game. We got a guy by Bobby Gerch. Happy birthday to Bobby Gerch. Gerchie. Happy birthday to Ray King. Happy birthday. All right. Moving over to basketball. I don't know any of these guys. Not one. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to Donald Sloan. I've heard his name. I think that's it.
Wait.
Jerry Donald Sloan. I think he's related to the
Yeah.
late great Jerry Sloan, if you guys remember that guy. That's all we got. Don't know anyone else. Football. Just not in a good mood for these right now.
I'm
Yeah.
depressed.
I'm really sorry. That was a horrible time to pray.
Happy birthday to Devontae Bugsby. Dante Rump. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to a guy named Glover Quinn. Where the hell do they come up with these? Happy birthday to Suapelli Mama. Happy birthday. I'm not even going to... Should I go for this one? All right, here we go. Plug your ears, fellas. Happy birthday to Sino Tusalinu Faliola. Happy birthday.
What? I didn't
don't
hear
know
you. What was say it again?
I can't.
Football player?
My furniture is floating. Happy birthday to Stephen Cunt.
Leo.
Yeah.
Going over to hockey, happy birthday to Alexander Slogbov. Happy birthday. All right. Happy birthday to Johnny John, hockey player. That's real original, guys. Real original.
Johnny John. Dumbass name.
All right. Yeah. Last one, soccer player. Happy birthday to Jan Wood.
John Wood.
Jan Wood.
It's gonna be my new Starbucks name. Jan Wood.
What?
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Fun in the Locker Room. As always, Liam Holloway, Truett Carson, the Hall of Famer Sean Rankle. We'll be back next week after another round of phenomenal football. We do love this time of year. We'll get into some basketball, some college basketball. We didn't even get a chance to talk about it, but the national championship in football will have been completed next time we're on the air. So we'll talk about that once Indiana has steamrolled Miami by 40. Don't forget to follow the Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next time.